3, 2, and 1. All right, guys, we're looking at the CatholicFIT squat tests. There are 3 of them. Okay, squatting is a very fundamental move that we all want to be able to do or restore. All right, because like a lot of the abilities that we talk about in the CatholicFIT program, these are things that we were able to do when we were children. Okay, and so check it out. Here's the test. It's pretty simple. Number 1, we just squat down and sit down under our heels. Okay, my knees are hovering outside on my pinky, over my pinky toes a little bit. My posture's up, and my heels are on the floor. It's not a catcher squat. I'm not up on my the balls of my feet like this. I'm back on my heels. Parents and teachers, try this out. And the thing we're curious about mostly is whether our 4-year-olds can do this, our 2-year-olds, or 6-year-olds, which they should be able to do this, versus our 9-year-olds, 10-year-olds, 15-year-olds that lose this ability for several reasons, but mostly because of the chair. Preschool kindergarten starts, we start sitting in chairs for 6, 7, 8 hours a day. We start stiffening up our hips and ankles, and we lose this ability. That's the number 1 test. Try that out. If you feel like you could almost get it, if your hips are, you feel pretty good, but you're kind of stuck here, you feel a little tight, try going down. Begin to press out on your knees as you go down. Press your knees out, and then relax your hips. You might be able to get down, okay? But that's test number 1. We'll go into exercises later on how to improve that. Test number 2, we're using a wall. When we squat, if I'm working with someone and I just want to see them squat, I usually use a chair or bench. And I'll just say, go ahead and sit down. And what I'll see a lot of times is their knees will immediately break first, okay? And if that happened when you did that first test, what you're doing is just immediately throwing all that stress and tension into our kneecaps, into our knee joints, into that meniscus, that cartilage starts grinding up, and that's obviously no good. Why we use the wall is that keeps us honest. Our knees will go into the wall if we squat incorrectly, okay? This is also another cue we discussed the other day, is that our knees more or less stay back behind our toes. Okay, that's not 100% of the time, depending on our moves, but in this particular case, it is. The test is this: stand up against the wall, inch or 2 away from the wall, squat down, touch the floor, and come back up. If you look left or right, obviously fall backwards, you're too close. So you might want to start about 10 inches away from the wall, squat, touch the floor, come back up. Come a little closer. Your goal is to be in your socks like I am, toes against the wall, squat that down, touch, and then back up. All right, that's test number 2. It's also a great exercise to improve your squat. Test number 3, pull out a folding chair. Teachers use the bleachers ideally at school. Maybe you have a preschool chair, like a smaller chair, use that. And all you're doing, depending on your age, your physical ability, past injuries, surgeries, this may be a good one to start with. Squat down, down, and touch. And what you're doing is minimizing momentum. You want to see how far you can lower yourself down without plopping back, okay? And you just kind of subjectively, assess that yourself, and that's something to improve. And that's just working on this 2-3 minutes a day, a week, a day, 2 days a week. That makes sense? So down. I'm counterbalancing my hands and down, okay? Ultimately, though, we have to go lower than our hips, or rather, our hips have to get lower than our knees in order to really engage all of our hip muscles and everything else. So those are the 3 tests. Squat down and stay there, squat against the wall, and then squat down to a folding chair or bleacher. Try those out. Always comment, feedback. Let me know what you think of those 3 tests, how you're doing with those, and we'll see you next time.